All right, all right, all right. What is going on, you guys? I am back with another video. Just gonna move over right here so you guys can see me better. But I'm back with another video here to talk to you guys about the geography of Florida. So Florida, it's a big state. Contrary to popular belief, Florida is the one of the largest. It's the 22nd largest state in the country. So it's bigger than half the country, and so a lot of people think that all Florida is the same. I already did a video about that, letting you guys know that Florida is a very diverse, very every like section of Florida has its own like unique vibe to it. So I'm just going to explain the different regions of Florida. There are a lot of like sections of Florida, sub regions of Florida, but I'm just going to main focus on North, Central, and South. To kind of give you guys a little bit of cultural awareness of what each section of Florida has and what a good stuff. So I'm gonna start with North Florida just because I'm familiar with that section. North Florida is basically cities like Jacksonville, Daytona, um, Panama City, Tallahassee, Gainesville, Ocala. Basically anything north of Orlando, considered North Florida, pretty much. So North Florida is pretty much the section of Florida that most people are that most people skip over when it comes to Florida just because North Florida is more it's colder than the rest of the state. It's also the most southern of the state, so it's more conservative than the rest of the state. People in North Florida tend to be more you know conservative. It's in the Bible Belt, so you're gonna see a lot of like Baptist churches and all that good stuff. But North Florida, is also known for being friendly. Southern hospitality is definitely a thing in North Florida. If you're coming from like the South, you're from like Alabama or like Mississippi or Texas or Tennessee, you might prefer North Florida, specifically the Panhandle, because the Panhandle, is very like conservative, very small town vibes. Um, it's it's a section of Florida that people overlook, but at the same time, it's very old school Florida. Also very big on like truck racing, bike racing. So all that is pretty big in North Florida, and Jacksonville as being a big city in this region. It's definitely has changed a lot. Like Jacksonville is becoming more diverse every day. Like people from like other states and other countries are coming to Jacksonville. But Jacksonville still has that like old Florida feel to it. Like it still has that like southern feel to it. People like to call Jacksonville, specifically Jacksonville, South Georgia. When yeah, it has similarities to Georgia compared to like Miami, but it still feels like Florida in the sense that you'll see a lot of palm trees, you see a lot of Gator fans, and all that good stuff. And also North Florida, you also have a lot of good beaches. You have like Fernandina Beach, you have Panama City, Destin. Some of the best beaches in the country are in North Florida. So I definitely wouldn't sleep on North Florida. Just know that it's not going to be as just so you know it's not going to be as cosmopolitan as the rest of the state, but you'll still get that like nice beaches, friendly people, warm southern hospitality. And then next we have Central Florida, which is like Orlando, Lakeland, Tampa, pretty much anything between Orlando and like I think until about Lake Okeechobee. So to Atlanta to about Okeechobee, around roughly, is considered Central Florida. So Central Florida is specifically Orlando. It's like the most visited section of Florida. Disney World, you got Busch Gardens and Tampa. I-4 runs along North Central Florida. So a lot of people from a lot of people who talks about a lot of people from out of state drive through I-4, and I-4 is known for being the most deadliest interstate in the U.S. So Just be aware if you're visiting Central Florida. But Central Florida, it's more it's not as fast paced as South Florida, but it's not as slow paced as North Florida. It's kind of in the middle. Central Florida is kind of also known for being more all American kind of like, so you have people from like artists like the Midwest and Northeast, Canada, the South, like people from all over the country come to Central Florida specifically just because it has good weather. You know, just like the rest of the state, is sunshine most of the year. You got rain showers in the summer. Um, but it's not as hot as South Florida because it's still in a subtropical climate zone. So it's hot, but not like South Florida hot. It's not Miami hot. So you still get like breaks in between when it gets like really hot during the day. You still get that nice cool off, but you don't have to worry about it being too cold because you're pretty far south. So that's why people might prefer Central Florida because it still has that like small town feel. It reminds them of where they come from. Like I know a lot of people from like the Wisconsin and Minnesota, Ohio. They like Central Florida because it's more laid back. It's more laid back and it's more like it reminds them of the Midwest. So Central Florida might be for you if you like theme parks, you like lakes, you like you know, you like Florida, but you don't want to deal with hurricanes because I know some people like visiting Florida during the fall. So if you want to be like safe from hurricanes, I recommend Central Florida, specifically like Orlando area. You might prefer Central Florida. Um, South Florida has Miami, of course. South Florida is known for being very Latino, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of people from who speak in Spanish as their main language. South Florida has cities like Fort Lauderdale. You also got the Keys, which is at the bottom of Florida, and you also got Naples, which is more of a retirement town, but it's becoming more popular for tourists. Naples Marco Island area, and you also have Sarasota, which is kind of like the beginning of West Florida. So South Florida is South Florida is more fast paced. It's more fast paced. It's more geared towards retirees because South Florida it is warm pretty much all year round. Like if you hate cold weather, I highly recommend I highly recommend South Florida just because even though Florida is the sunshine state, you still get cold weather in Florida. You still get cold weather in Florida. People think that Florida's always hot in the time. Well, as someone who lived in Jacksonville, I will tell you, Florida gets cold. Even Orlando can get freezes to where it gets in the 20s or 30s. So if you want to like escape cold weather, then I highly recommend you go to South Florida, specifically around like in January, February, because that's when it's in the 70s or 80s. Like one of my friends on YouTube, Barefoot Vlogger, he lives in Boca Boca Raton, which is close to Fort Lauderdale, and it was in the 80s in February, like in the 80s. So like he's ready getting summer weather in a dead middle of winter. So that just shows you that if you want to if you love beaches, if you love Latin food, you like Caribbean culture, like I recommend you visit South Florida, like Miami specifically. It's all about that vibe. It's all about the Caribbean. It's all about you know the Cuban culture. And like if we love like diversity, love seeing people from like different countries, different languages. You'll get that in Central Florida too, but like Miami is more like homegrown. Like Miami, you got most people. Miami is more geared towards like you really get that more with the locals, where Orlando, most people you see in Orlando's a lot of times when you go to like areas in Orlando that are like ethnically diverse, usually they're like tourists. But like Miami is kind of more for like locals. So if you want to see that Latin feel, if you want to feel like you're in like Cuba or Brazil or South America, any place like that, I recommend Miami. So those are the different regions of Florida. If you like this video, subscribe, hit that like button, share this video for those who want to visit Florida and want to know where in Florida you should go to. I'm your guy. Peace. And that's my phone ringing.